There is a kind of grief that begins while they're still here. And if you've ever loved an aging dog, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Welcome to Straight Up Dog Talk. Today's solo episode is a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit more of a raw, tough topic, something that is hitting very close to home for me personally right now. I want to talk about anticipatory grief, the kind of quiet, creeping grief that starts long before the actual heartbreak. It's the kind of grief that seeps into everyday moments and catches you completely off guard. It's the kind of grief that pet parents don't talk about, but so many of us carry along with us every single day. I've kind of always thought Toby was immortal, not in the literal sense, obviously, but in the way that you just know they're old and wise, like he's done this before and he knows exactly how it's going to end. About 3 years ago, Toby was diagnosed with a grade 3 heart murmur. About a year and a half ago, it upgraded to a grade 4. Within the last 6 months, he's developed a cough because the fluid around his heart makes it harder for him to move after he's been laying down for a while. And I've noticed that little things are changing. He gets up in the middle of the night and he goes somewhere else to sleep where he won't be jostled. He avoids being overheated or being startled awake by his younger brother who is ready to play ball at 3 a.m. He's slower to go outside and he lingers longer on the concrete, soaking up the sun. He asks for snuggles more often. He is in my lap a lot more. He finds quiet moments to linger with me when his brother isn't stealing the show. And he finds little ways to make contact without making it a big deal, like a back paw to my leg while he's sleeping. I know what all of these things mean. It means that these moments with Toby, these quiet, simple, everyday moments with him, are becoming sacred. And it breaks my heart every time I have to think about my lap without him in it. Whew. But I want to talk about this before I lose him because there's something that I want you to know, especially if you're also loving a dog that's aging. Something that I've learned recently that makes so much sense is the reason that this type of grief hits so hard is because it isn't just emotional, it's neurological. When we share our lives with our dog, our brain actually builds neural pathways around them and their presence in our lives. Routines, rituals, even our feelings of safety, all of that becomes wired around them. So when things start to shift, like when they're aging or moving slower or even coughing more, your brain actually struggles to adjust. It is quite literally trying to rewire itself without the pieces that it's used to having. That's why you do things out of habit, like reach for the leash on a rest day, or pause when you open the door to wait for them, or feel that ache in your heart and soul by just looking at them because you know that things are changing. This is called neuroplasticity, and it means the brain's ability to adapt. But like training, this doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and repetition and so much self compassion. You're not overreacting. You're literally being rewired, and your heart, it's just trying to catch up. So if you're living in that in between space where they're still here, but not quite the same, I see you. And you're not alone. This show isn't just about training and nutrition or the latest enrichment toy. It's about all of the pieces of life with dogs, even the really hard ones. And this is one of the really hard ones because they don't stay forever. And pretending they do only makes the grief more isolating when it finally shows up. I don't have the perfect ending for this episode, probably because there isn't one. But I hope that by sharing this, you feel a little bit less alone in whatever quiet heartbreak you are carrying today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for loving your dogs the way that you do. And thank you for loving me and mine as well. I'll see you next week on Straight Up Dog Talk.